contracts are up 99.51%, and I don't want to close it out because I don't want to pay the fee on the
Oh yeah, the
options.
commissions. Yep. Good point.
Jam Man, are you still here?
Should I sell this crypto I just found, or should I hold on to it?
Sell half.
Bitcoin and Ethereum look like they're going to go higher, so I might just hold on. If they'll even let me get it. Still doesn't like my proof of residence. What's that?
What would your cost?
0. These are payments for the indicators back in the day. We used to take crypto for our website. I'll be right back while this loads.
Smoochie, you play any Europa League?
Yo, how do I copy my full Discord name to send to a friend?
Say that again?
I got it. Thanks, Seas. Jelly was able to tell me.
Oh, okay. I had my headphones on in the kitchen.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, guys. What's going on, Mucky? DBV. What's going on with DBV? Oh, you're talking about the one that's the European company. Looks pretty good, man. Trying to break out of this range. Thoughts on SPY ES pullback? It did pull back when I walked away, huh? Still looks pretty good. Breaking out of the wedge. Little inverse head and shoulders breaking up. Value is still gaining higher. We also retested the value area high that we were talking about the past few days. Very, very bullish. As long as you stay above this little range right here, everything higher is bullish.
That hanging man doesn't concern.
Not until 4074 is broken. My lottos are going to start bleeding if this thing doesn't start moving.
Connor.
Talk to me, Papo.
Guess what's still running?
Oracle?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I closed mine, and then in my other little smaller account, I got some 75s for next week. I didn't get a whole lot, but I was like, just in case.
Yeah, I like it. Looks strong.
Yeah, it made a new all-time high today.
Jesus, these people are ridiculous. It says they don't accept edited images. To hide sensitive data, use a sticky note or a piece of paper. Jesus Christ.
Real safe.
So
What are we in
stupid,
1990?
dude.
ASL.
I'll mess with that later.
You guys remember that? ASL.
No, we didn't do that on AIM.
Sex language.
Location, I think.
Yeah, location. Yeah.
Fuck.
What's going on, my Russian friend? Still can't say your name. Hey, Mucky testing, trend line. Held for 4 days now, putting in bullish imbalance on the R side playing out. Who you talking about? DBV? Yeah, look like it's pretty good, man. You just got to break out of that range. Nasty little range that it's in. RUT? RUT.
Привет.
You mean the Russell?
Tell your Russian friend, Привет, друг мой.
Connor Devers 2-run bomb.
Oh, I'm not
What's
watching.
this?
Nice.
What's going on?
Are they up 2-0?
Yeah, Verdugo got a double, and then Devers hit a 2-run homer.
I got a bug on my fucking thing.
Any of you guys watching the Masters?
Yeah.
I'm not that big into golf.
Give me 1 second. I gotta restart my fucking thing.
Yeah, you don't strike me as a golf guy, Seas.
Bear flag on the Russell. If you mean the Russell, you are losing a little bit of value, but it doesn't look terrible. As long as you hold this VWAP here, which I think is the same VWAP on IWM. Yeah, same VWAP. As long as you hold VWAP here, it's not too bad. It is the only index constantly losing value. Dow Jones is holding strong. NASDAQ is gaining value. ES is gaining value. So Russell is the only one coming down. But as long as you hold VWAP, it's actually not bad. Today is actually a very bullish day. You can see how when it tried to come down, instantly reclaimed. And then we have a lot of volume up here towards the high of the session. So this looks like it wants to go higher tomorrow. Try to retrace and regain all this value here that we lost.
His name is Igor. I
Oh,
don't know
Igor, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know Cyrillic, but I know those characters is Igor.
Somebody told me that on stream. I think it was Agars. Agars was my translator.
Igor Cheslavovic. It's been a while.
IBB, NASDAQ Biotech ETF. Let me see. Biotech is going to be extremely high growth, so yeah, they're struggling. Anything that's like really high growth is going to be struggling. You have a nice little bulldog trying to come in here, but a very low head. It's like a turtle. You can't go below this pivot. You need to hold this pivot if you want to go higher. What does look good is you have a massive bull div here on the Momo. So double bottom, gaining momentum. But it did not like that high there, so you're putting in lower highs. You would have to break out of like 154, and that would look a lot better. Come in and retest VWAP around 164. You can see where we topped out right here. That was also VWAP. But anything high growth is going to be selling off right now. Maybe small bounces. We have a lot of bounces happening on like tech companies like NASDAQ, like the big tech. You can see they're bouncing out of their little accumulations they put in recently. But that's like the big name tech companies are like the only companies out of the high growth sector that are starting to recover very quickly. Is that a ticker? 727 KCK? I don't know what that is.
It's literally just digging a fucking hole, Smoochy.
Yeah. Like 5 feet off of my property, just a massive fucking hole. They've not put anything in it. Just every day they dig it a little bit deeper.
How
Their
old are
parents
they?
don't give a fuck. You can hear them now. They're probably in there like, they're probably all like 11 or 12, I would think.
They're digging a hole to China.
At least they're not on their fucking iPads.
That's true. Talk to me in 10 years, and then maybe I'll be fine with my kids doing whatever the fuck they want as long as it's out of my sight.
Are you talking about coffee futures? It actually doesn't look that bad.
I just long every fucking ag product right now.
Bouncing off 2 pivots, coming back into retest like multiple VWAPs. If you reclaimed like 130, this looks really strong. Apple broke 127 today. It's at 130. Tesla putting. Yeah, I like Tesla. I took a debit spread on Tesla today. I think Tesla looks good. Yeah, Apple is hitting. Basically, all of our targets I've been giving you guys on analysis for the big tech companies are being hit. We had Apple targets being hit. Yeah, there's another target right there, 130. Next target's 133. Facebook coming up to our next targets. Netflix hit a target. Already approaching the next one. Amazon hit 2 targets, approaching the 3rd. Tesla is the only one we're waiting on. Microsoft looks really good. What's going on in South America with coffee? Kirk. Agar's PLTR actually didn't do too bad today. 2.5. Not a bad day. We need to get out of this wedge. Price action is choppiest in wedges and like head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. Once we break out of this, we can get a lot cleaner. Need to reclaim the pivot at 27, reclaim VWAP at 2850. There's a drought. Oh, I gotcha. Gotcha. That's probably why they're starting to go up. I really like what ES is doing. Perfect retest. You tried to put in a tail higher today. On the high of the day, I should say. And now we're trying to push away from VWAP and POC to retest that tail. Does not look bad. I want to see a strong close, though. We don't want to see a sell-off. We want to see a strong close. Push up to retest this tail right here. It had a 40% loss, 73% of the world's coffee. That's crazy, dude. I didn't see that. What are some coffee companies besides Starbucks?
Keurig.
Keurig, yeah. Yeah, but those kind of companies you think would go down with a drought, you know what I mean? Because people wouldn't be using their products as much. You'd want somebody that has like a big store of coffee or strong supply chain of coffee.
I would figure Starbucks is sitting on fucking thousands and thousands of crates of coffee, though.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Or they have their own growers. I wouldn't be shocked by that.
DeSantis sues Biden administration over the cruise restrictions. So if that goes anywhere, the cruises could get some action.
Yo, Sticky there. Deja, I had 2 cents in my Bittrex account,
Oh god,
so total of 14 cents.
nice.
Dude, GE is ripping right now.
I need to go. Need to check my Bittrex. I might have some fucking Einsteinium. Is that thing even traded still? ERC. I don't think it's traded anymore. It was like ERC. I know it was E. Fuck, what was their ticker? Oh, it is traded. It's EMC2.
Is it ripping?
It's actually fucking ripping, dude.
Better go check your shit.
Oh, yeah, but look at where it was in 2017.
Oh, it hasn't made an all-time high yet?
Dude, 2017 it was at $3.40. It's at 35 cents right now.
Oof. So you're still underwater.
if I had any of that left on my Bittrex, I'd be underwater. That thing fucking took off, man. Doodle, you remember this? Remember you used to trade Einsteinium and library credits? What were some of the other names I used to trade? Civic. Traded Civic a lot. You started trading the dinosaur coins in 2017? Dunkin' for coffee. Yeah, that's another one, actually. Dunkin'. DNKN. Or it's DK. What's their ticker? The fuck is their ticker? What's Dunkin' coffee sticker?
I want to say it's DBR, Baskin Robbins.
No. It doesn't come up for some reason. Are they not public? Nestle? That could be one.
Deja, I actually think they were just taken private in the last like couple months.
That honestly makes sense. CB, if I had to pick one big tech, it'd probably be Netflix because it's lagging behind the other ones. Microsoft is already breaking out too much. Facebook's already broken out too much. Apple's not bad either, but it's right on VWeb. I think Netflix still has potential, though. You have earnings coming up, though. It's a little sketchy. You did just reclaim VWeb not too long ago. Kurt said this fall coffee will triple in futures. World consumption goes up 2 to 3% a year. It's an interesting take. I don't know anybody that trades coffee futures. Yeah, Roku's been doing pretty good lately. We've been calling that out a lot in Discord. Looks like it wants to go back to 385, 390. It's not a bad chart. Good thing I didn't hop into Smile Direct this morning. Completely sold off. Smile Direct had pretty decent news, but we still want to see a bounce out of this area before it looks better. How's Snapchat doing? Snapchat's still going. If it gets above like 64, this thing could run hard. Neo didn't have too bad of a day, up 4%, bouncing off a pivot. Looks like a little turtle too.
Where's Wu-Tang at?
I think he said they got a big contract or something he was working on.
Oh, nice. Bunch of buy signals on the 15-minute in Tesla.
I like Smile Direct, Mucky. It had good news. But here, I had this drawn out actually. I'll show you guys. So you have like this accumulation, then you have like this range up here where it kind of topped out. And I want to see it hold above the value area high, which is the blue line right here. And there's kind of like a no trade zone right here where VWAP is. If it reclaimed like $11, then you'll probably get 1167, then you'll probably push higher back into VWAP. But until that happens, I'm not interested. this is going to be a lot of chop because you've been accumulating for so long. It's a perfect balance, so you don't want to take swing trades in there. But if you reclaim this level, you'll have an 80% trade up to about 1167. So anything above 11, I think, is a lot better. Look at how choppy the ES price action's been. It's disgusting. Clove, I remember you guys were trading that. Is that a, was that a SPAC? No, it's just a regular company. That thing's ripping though. Look at that engulfing candle. You just engulfed like, what, 2 months? No, only 1 month. Looks really good. If you can hold like that, Huss, for a few days, it's probably going to go higher. $10 back to $11.50. That looks like a news announcement of some sort. It's probably not pumping like that on technicals. All the index ETFs look pretty good. Dow Jones looks good. IWM looks like it could even go higher. Q's is a little toppy. You kind of have like a evening star forming. And then SPY has that hanging man. But like I said, if we have a strong close, it's not going to look bad. We just have to have a strong close on SPY. We can't see it pull back here. If it pulls back into close, it's going to look ugly. But it's still not going to be bearish unless we break 40.74. So you have to lose like 20 points here. Doodle, I just got tired of the time zone, like the time that you had to be trading crypto. It was just wrecking my mental health, man. I had to stay up till like 6 a.m. every day, and even then the trades were like rough. It was really choppy. I was constantly getting stopped out. The final decision was when the March dump happened, and I liquidated like half of my crypto holdings. I just said, fuck it, I'm done with this. And then I went back to stocks and options. And I've been doing pretty well with stocks and options. It's been getting a little choppy lately, but last year we did very well. The thing I like about trading stocks, like equities, it's the same routine every day. It does get boring every now and then because it is the same routine, but I'm not staying up till 6 a.m. looking for a trade, and then I go to bed, and the fucking trade happens within an hour. And then I wake up and I realize I missed it. It's just a nightmare, dude.
Stocks are also up only.
Yeah. Crypto was a rinse and repeat. I was looking for like scalping. I'd make a lot of money. And then I would have a trade open, and I would constantly be in a battle of, okay, this trade looks good. Do I hold it overnight? And I would always talk myself into holding it overnight. And my overnight strike rate was terrible. If I held something overnight, I would get murdered because I was a scalper. I would look for like trades on the 1 hour chart, which isn't exactly scalping, but it was like short trades. And every time I held overnight, I would lose. I had probably, like, not exaggerating, I probably had less than a 30% win rate if I held something overnight. And if I didn't hold it overnight and I was just trading my normal strategy, it was probably closer to 60 to 70%. But then it got to a point where the market was literally only generating trades that I liked around like 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or like 4 a.m. There was no like set time that it liked. It would just always be in the morning. So I just got tired of dealing with that. And then I kept getting banned from the exchanges. I got banned from Binance because I was a U.S. resident. I got banned from BitMEX. It just became, it got to a point where it was not worth the hassle. Like, I was making money, I was doing well, but it just wasn't worth the shit that I was having to put up with every day. And at the time, the stock market was fucking exploding. So it was an easy decision. It was right after the COVID nuke. So the stock market was just going straight up, basically. Does IWM look like a head and shoulders on the daily? Let me take a look. Yeah, I could see that. I could see the head and shoulders for sure. That would be the shoulder line. This would be like the neckline. They tell you not to predict head and shoulders, though. And every time you try to predict a head and shoulders, it usually turns out to not be a head and shoulders. So you wouldn't want to take a trade like up here, predicting that it's going to be a head and shoulders, because it will just break out and kill you. But if it broke downward and started to lose this level, then that would be a head and shoulders, and it would probably come back down to VWAP here. So you don't have to predict this. Like, you see how much of a move that would give you? You don't have to predict that move. And then if we break this little area up here, it's most likely going to go higher. That high is not gonna hold it back. I actually like this candle on IWM. You're slowly gaining momentum. You're losing short-term momentum, but not too bad. You have a very nice little hammer here right off of VWAP. You could also say it's bouncing off the pivot as well. So this looks pretty good. These are the candles I'm worried about. You have gaps below you on Qs, gaps below you on SPY. This is an evening star forming. So when you have like a gap up, you create a doji. And then if it confirms with a red candle tomorrow, that's not good. That's most likely topping out, and you'll come back down, probably fill the gap. With SPY, if we have a nasty close here, so if this sells off and creates a little doji, that's going to be like a hanging man. So if we have any confirmation tomorrow filling the gap, most likely going to continue lower, probably fill the next gap. But I think we have a strong close here. It looks pretty good. It's rolling over a little bit right now, but we want to hold on to this. Tomato, I'm using the Momo for looking at momentum. The DBT Momo, it's one of our proprietary indicators. Yeah, exactly, Mucky. Work smarter and harder, man. Igor, I think that's your name. I've been looking for the same patterns in history, and there is no head and shoulders that succeed, but there was a similar bear flag in March. Yeah, so head and shoulders, it's like crypto. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they perpetually want to go higher. Same thing with the indexes. So head and shoulders don't work. Inverse head and shoulders are much more accurate than head and shoulders. Head and shoulders is a meme for the most part. I think it's a dog shit pattern. Yeah, basically, Doodle. After the COVID nuke in the stock market, it was basically the 2017 ICO boom. You could buy anything and it went up. I was streaming back then. We were in Discord too, and our strategy was literally to buy things at the close and then sell them at the open the next day. and it was working every fucking day. You buy options, you hold them overnight, they go up 40% the next day, you sell them. What's this Armstrong thing you're talking about, Kirk? I don't know what you're talking about.
Everybody go quiet.
It's probably just because I'm talking.
Fed up
Sees.
with your bullshit, Sees.
Oh, it must have been my volume was down. What's up?
I said it's because we're fed up with your bullshit.
Yeah, bro, you muted me.
Thoughts on Peloton? Peloton looks good, man. We called it out in Discord not too long ago. Does not look bad. You just reclaimed a very big level. You had a ton of support down here that you're bounced out of. You had a massive bull div. Popped out of it. This is like the last resistance here before we can push back into this kind of value right here. Like if you were to look at a volume profile of this range, you can see how once we get over this area right here, we have a couple of little resistance levels, but not much until we get all the way back to this value area up here. It would look better if I did something like this, if you broke these down into sections. So like if you looked at this as like an accumulation, and then you looked at this as a distribution. Where did I start this one? I started it there, so let's end this one right here. And then you can look at this one as a little area as well. So basically, once we break out of these upper levels, there's not a whole lot stopping us. And then we can reclaim the value area low, which would be like right there. And then that would send us to the value area high, which is around that pivot. So you kind of have like a no trade zone right here. Probably a lot of chop. If you were buying the breakout, you would just basically hold through the chop and try to make it to like 143. And then you would be looking for 161. Once you play with volume profile a lot, you don't have to do what I just did. You can kind of visualize it.
Yo.
What's going on? Like you can visualize that's a range. You can visualize this is a range. You can kind of guesstimate where the value is. So you can just like look at like, okay, if we break this area here, there's not a whole lot here stopping us. All we got to do is get back to this range here, and then we'll go higher.
How's everything been the past week or whatever?
Pretty solid. Market's back to following like actual market theories instead of just being dog shit.
Growth season, Johnny.
What'd you say?
Growth season is back.
That's big.
Yeah, it is.
Like
that's what's pulling
too
us
much
into all-time
NNDM.
high.
Well, what we're seeing is we're starting to see the big tech companies coming back, but the smaller growth sectors not doing that great. But they should be lagging behind, so they should pick up pretty soon. Does Momo use volume? It does not. So that's why we built the OTS to kind of work well with the Momo, because the OTS is heavily favored on volume. The Momo does not look at volume at all. It's just pure price action. Kirk, you were talking about the Socrates Armstrong economics. Not sure I've read into that.
Deja, could you take a peek at NNDM?
Yeah, let me take a look.
After that, take a look at Facebook. Looks like it wants to break up, but
And in DM, you're playing with fire here, because if you lose this level, it's going to bleed hard. It has to maintain this VWAP at like 775. It's literally, if it goes red tomorrow, it's going to start bleeding.
I could also hold this for 5 years. I don't care.
Well, there you go.
I think Facebook is gonna come down a little bit tomorrow. Not a lot, maybe to like 310, 3.
You can't
But-
look at Facebook on like a daily because it's just going straight up. But if you go down to like a 15 minute, we're not really topping out. It's been putting in higher highs every single move. And it looks like it's about to put in a higher high again. So I'd pay attention to Facebook on the low time frames. It looks really strong. Until it loses like the 30-minute trail, which is like 311, this thing's going to keep going. It's hard to say that when you look at a daily because it's literally just going straight up. But 30-minute, 15-minute, I think it goes higher.
Yo.
Igor said, I'm just curious, is it right to look at VWAP in ETFs? Isn't the volume represents only deals with ETF, but the stocks that under the ETF should drive the ETF? Yeah, so I get what you're saying. The ETF is a derivative. So it's not... The ETF is not driving the price. The things that are in the ETF are driving the ETF's price. But yes, it is still fine to look at the volume of the ETFs as a whole because if you're looking at index ETFs, they are more widely traded than the majority of the stocks that are in them. Like SPY and Qs are two of the most liquid instruments in the world. So it is definitely okay to look at the volume on those ETFs. Now for like smaller ETFs that don't get a lot of volume, no, I would not do that. I would go look at their highest holdings. So like look at their top 5 holdings, see what is driving those ETFs, and then look at the volume on those. But for index ETFs, you can very easily use volume analysis because they're very liquid. But if it's something like maybe these value ETFs that I have, like IWD, IVE, you'd probably want to find out like what their highest holdings were. Their largest holdings, I should say. How's Tesla doing? I think Tesla's still strong here. Until Tesla loses the pivot at like 666, I think it's strong here. It's a perfect bulldog.
I was just about to say that.
And the last time it had a bulldog like this, where was it? It had a really beautiful one. I think it was back here somewhere on like the lower time frame. And it just absolutely exploded.
Equities have just pissed me off recently.
Yo, Deja.
They don't really trade as technically as crypto does.
It does. You just have to find what the market is using. Like right now, if you're doing volume profile, like auction theory stuff, it's following it to a T. Like if you're watching the indexes using volume profile, it is literally bouncing off the levels like to the tick. So that's what people are looking at right now. What's up, Connor?
Yep. Deja, what are you thinking on the Qs? Like a 340 end of month? That's not unreasonable with these growth names
No, yeah.
moving.
The
right?
only thing that's scary about that is if it pulls back for the gaps, those are going to die.
Yeah, I'm worried. That gap we printed up last night on the Qs.
Yep. SPY is the biggest worry because it's pushing into all-time highs and it has gaps below it. And every time it does that, it fills the gaps. Another thing is ES. ES still has a gap. And every single gap on ES is filled. So the farther that we run here, the bloodier it's going to be. There's a gap at 4,010 basically on ES. And it will be filled. It will be filled probably within the next 2 weeks. As soon as the Momo pinch stops happening, I'm probably going to take a farther out put to play the gap fill on ES. It's still pinching higher, so you don't want to trade against it. $15-minute bear div on ES. Had a nasty little sell-off there on the low time frames.
Has anyone seen Sticky today?
Yeah, he's been hanging out. I think he's here. Oh, you backed out?
He was shilling that popsicle shit to me yesterday.
It's up huge. I think it's up like 40%, isn't it?
Yeah, fucking disgusting.
Yep.
And I was looking at Cope at like 5 a.m. because I haven't been able to sleep. And it like technically looked great, and I didn't do shit. And now it's up 40% from then too.
Yep. What I really like about NASDAQ is it's put 2 dojis above this pivot, and now we're launching off of it. So this thing could very easily go into all-time highs before it
all
even
the-
thinks about pulling back.
Look at all the buy signals on the 15-minute.
Oh, I know. The 15, and look at the 1 hour on ES is doing the same thing. Literally buy signal, buy signal, buy signal all the way up. But then again, the, what was it, 15-minute, you had all these sell signals they finally broke, which is usually
Oh my
indicative of a
God.
trend change.
Yeah, on the 1 hour ES. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
all
5,
the way.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 buy signals.
It was trying to tell you to buy,
Buy.
pretty much. It's been respecting the 30-minute trail and the 1 hour trail a lot.
Look at Tesla end of day. This has been doing this shit for like 3 days already.
Yeah, I know. I think Tesla's ready. It
All
just
the 15-minute by the dip signals.
it just needs some kind of catalyst. Did they already announce like their deliveries and everything recently?
How does Bitcoin looks?
Let me see.
They did last weekend, I think.
I think Bitcoin and Ethereum go higher. I would not be surprised if you get an all-time high by next Friday.
That should bring Tesla up.
Yeah, PayPal's another one we were talking about in Discord. I think JMay called it out this morning with a power alert. I think it goes to 269 pivot. 269 and then VWAP at 275. Doesn't look bad. Look at total too. What is that? Total cap? Total market cap? Yeah. Yeah, it's gross, dude. Look at the buy signals on this thing. It's funny that indicators work on stuff like this.
Oh, look at Caesar.
CB, they'll probably go down a little bit tomorrow. If the lottos, if it doesn't push into the close, they're going to get theta burned. I still think we hit 410 by Friday, though, so I'm going to hold on to them. I'm only down 10% on them right now. We were up like almost 100% at the open if we would have closed them like literally at the open bell. But I didn't see that. I typically don't look at my options right at the open bell because they're really hard to... Like, even if you see something that looks good, it's really hard to get out of that price.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
All of your daily buy signals on crypto.
Oh, they're fire. Yeah. Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so they're going to get burned. If we close like this, they're going to get burned. I still think we hit 410 by Friday, by tomorrow.
Deja, check out Ford.
There's nothing on the volume profile that indicates any kind of sell-off incoming. Yeah, Ford is really good.
You see where it's pulled back to? It's putting in a rounded bottom on the daily and then pulled back to the monthly view up.
Yep. I've been watching this daily pivot.
Fuck
If it
rip.
breaks that daily pivot, it's gonna rip.
I'm
Look
thinking
at
about taking
Caesar.
it here.
Look at CZR.
Yeah, it's ripping. End of day rip. See,
Oh.
check out Ford. You might like that, dude.
Jimmy, I got this fire strawberry cheesecake shit in the mail today. Man, you should buy some.
You like it?
Yeah.
Kirk, it's oasistrading.io/discord. Here's a link.
But it
Today
doesn't
is
seem to have
today's the last day for our trial. We have a 7-day free trial going on right now. We're going to be turning it off today, probably around 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm going to shut it down. We got a lot of people signing up for the trial, more than we expected, so we're going to close it down today.
If you don't sign up, you don't like money.
What ticker did you say, J-Man?
Yo, GG boys. I'm out.
Ford.
Have a good one.
F.
VWAP dots is one of the indicators you get for joining the Discord, Igor. It's a VWAP indicator. We use monthly VWAP. You can do it
What?
with the built-in one. You just got to set it to a monthly.
What strength is this? It doesn't seem to have a lot of nicotine.
3.
Oh, that's why.
You gotta let it steep for a little bit, C's. Let that fucker sit for a couple more weeks.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna take a Ford trade here, man.
What are you taking?
I want to take Ford. It looks so good.
Look at the daily on SPY.
You got 2 minutes to decide. Dom, there was gun control news today. Biden was talking about ways he's gonna try to basically put through gun control policies. One was a red flag bill, and one was he didn't give you any details, but he said they were gonna try to stop the ghost guns, like the 3D printing and stuff like that.
Facebook looks like a 15-minute bulldog and is breaking out of the head right now.
But if you don't look at all the bad news coming from the Biden administration, the stock itself, BGFE, looks really good. It looks like it wants to go higher. Nice little hammer here. You got a Momo pinch. You're trying to break the local high. It looks pretty good. But if they start releasing a bunch of bad news for the gun manufacturers, like they were talking about doing one, I can't remember what they called it, but they're trying to hold the gun manufacturers accountable for mass shootings. If that goes through, it will be a big red candle, I think, on a lot of the gun companies. So be careful.
Yeah, they'll get nuked 10% day.
Yeah,
Easy.
it'll be bad across the board.
You'll see massive fucking blocks coming off.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. 1 minute left on the day, guys. Hey, Jolteon.
I took Ford, guys. $13
What do you
calls for
take?
April 16th. $13 calls April 16th. Small position.
Jolteon, you'll like the Discord, man. Take a look around. We got a lot of channels. I know it's a little intimidating right in the beginning, but if you like hanging out and voice chat with us, we hang out in here all day. You can look at the analysis that we put through every day as well. We got a bunch of mentorship videos to help you with options and trading and whatnot. Yeah, definitely look around. There's a lot of channels. If you need help, just send me a message. Look at this close. Look at this close on ES. I'm telling you. This thing hits 410 tomorrow, I think. That's why I'm not touching these lottos. I'm not touching these fucking lottos, dude. We're letting them run.
Yeah, it's a pretty close. Hell yeah, we're going to 410 tomorrow. Easy.
We needed a strong close today, and we got it. So, as long as the post-market session doesn't somehow reclaim all the price action today, it looks good.
It just said, fuck your sell signals.
Yeah, Jolteon, that's another thing. For a lot of you guys that are signed up for the trial, you get my trading course that I made back in like 2018, I believe it was. It's almost 200 slides. It's very beginner. So like if you guys are like new to trading, I go over like all the basics, like how to read charts, what are bullish candlesticks, bearish candlesticks, volume, stuff like that.
NQ ripping.
Yeah, look at this. Beautiful.
ES ripping. I still got my fucking ES scalp open right now.
Jolteon, for that PDF, some of that stuff is a little outdated. I go over stuff like that in my How to Trade series on YouTube, much more in depth. So if you go through that PDF, make sure to check out my How to Trade series on YouTube. That stuff's all up to date. And then when you guys join Discord, I recommend watching the How to Trade videos first, and then watch our mentorship videos in Discord. I don't know how many we have. I think we have about 10 or something. A bunch of private videos that go over options and stocks, our techniques that we use. They're a little more advanced though, so you want to have the basic understanding of trading before you watch those videos.
ES is flying.
Yeah, strong close.
Holy hell.
This is
Both
like
ES
days like
and
today,
NQ.
days like basically every day this week. This is why you want to watch volume profile, because all this fucking chop would have scared you, but this is extremely bullish. Like, you don't get shaken out of bullish positions when it does stuff like this.
This is look at the daily, man. Wow.
I don't want to say my Discord tag on stream, Fernando, because I don't want to get spammed with messages. But if you join the Discord, I'll be in there, so you can just message me directly.
I picked up 340 calls on the Qs like 15 minutes ago, and they're up pretty big
Nice.
already, like 12%.
Nice.
Hella green, baby.
You love to see it. Shit, we might hit 4,100 today. What's the close looking like on Tesla? Not really doing much. Amazon pulled back a little bit. Netflix looks like it wants to run tomorrow. Facebook's probably going to continue.
PayPal, Deja.
Apple's really strong. Apple looks like it wants to run tomorrow. On PayPal?
Yeah, fucking beautiful.
Yeah, really strong. Look at the volume coming in on that thing.
That thing's gonna fucking rip tomorrow.
Yeah,
It was under power alerts today.
looks good. Yeah, this looks really good.
What do you think about MU, Deja?
Is that Micron? Yeah, Micron. Looks strong. Looks like it wants to go higher tomorrow. Yeah, look at the close on that thing. See, like, the daily's pretty gross. You've had, like, 5 dojis back to back. The low time frames look good, though. You're just slowly grinding higher. I think as long as that thing stays above, like, 94, it goes higher for sure.
Look at that close on GE.
GE was getting a bunch of block trades today, but they get block trades all the time.
Look at the close on it.
Oh, yeah, right on VWAP. It's a little long neck bulldog.
Win pushed up a little bit, and Caesar really pushed up at the end.
You weren't around Caesar earlier when Caesar was fucking tearing, dude. I should have closed it. I was up fucking huge. It was up like 90%.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Win looks pretty good. Bounce off the OTS trail, bounce off VWAP.
It put in like 5 buy signals on the 15-minute.
These are all record highs, right? Like all-time highs
On
what's
indexes.
on SPY or
NQ not yet.
No,
Yes.
not Nasdaq.
ES.
Yes, yeah. NQ's close. NQ, I think it's
Dude, you know what looks
13.9.
You know what looks fire? Look at fucking DIA. That thing's
Yeah,
about to
it looks good.
rip, dude.
Caesar looks strong. Bounce off pivot, OTS trail, and VWAP.
That inverted head and shoulders on NQ played out pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dow
What do you think
Jones
about
looks really good.
Snapchat going into tomorrow, Deja?
Snapchat, I think you're right on those levels. Let me see. Yeah, you're literally right on that pivot. So if you start selling off early tomorrow, I'd probably get out of that. But if we start breaking this pivot in VWAP, this thing's going to go to all-time high by the end of the month.
Brazilian steakhouse tonight, boys. Prepare for the pictures. Prepare for the pictures.
Bogo.
What?
Fogo de Chao.
No, better. Chamagaucha.
Oh, nice.
Better hope your stomach's ready for that.
Oh, dude, I ate fucking 7 Imodiums today. I could swallow rocks right now and I'd be ready for it.
Did you ever get into Ethereum, JMA?
No, I have a spot. I'm holding a pretty decent sized spot.
Putting in 2 back-to-back buy signals on the 15-minute right now.
Kirk, here's the link. Twitter looks strong, man. That was a baller trade by JMA. The falling wedge, it literally respected the falling wedge perfectly. Had a beautiful doji off of it, and then you've been running since. I think it continues. Until you lose low time frame support, it's gonna keep going.
Look at Roku. Roku's another one.
It's putting in like 15-minute pivots, 30-minute pivots, and just trashing them right away. So until Twitter gets below like 69 and a quarter, 69.50, it's probably gonna keep going. It's on a nasty uptrend right now. Probably a little short pullback before it goes higher. Any pullback to like 69.70 would be pretty bullish. Yeah, Roku's been on fire all day. I think Roku gets these next levels, 384, 393. Little gap below you though. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. Seeing a lot of new faces in stream. That's awesome. Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. I stream 5 days a week, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll be streaming tomorrow, same time. And then, yeah, we'll have the summary of markets this weekend. I'll also be posting the analysis later today, probably around 9 o'clock like we did yesterday. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 in the morning. Peace.